Hi, I'm Gopika and I'm from Fiji, currently living in New Zealand. I work for an organization which works with women from migrant and immigrant community who comes and lives in New Zealand. Mostly women from Southeast Asia, Africa. I've also been involved with a lot of other organizations like Pacific Women's Watch and Oxfam New Zealand and Amnesty New Zealand, doing various internships with the campaigns department, mostly to do with projects in the Pacific. As I am a Pacific Islander, I'm really passionate about working for causes in the Pacific or to help Pacific Islanders out on issues I'm passionate about, which is gender justice, human rights, HIV/AIDS, mental health, and so on. Basic thing which I am doing in my community is providing awareness. I feel that there has to be a lot of awareness on the issue of gender justice and just basic education on what is gender, what is sex, what is a patriarchal society. Most of the time, the group of women I am working with we have a lot of language barrier, and just explaining a simple word as gender can be really hard, but we all come to the same answer no matter what language we speak. So I feel that just a simple basic education on gender and women's rights is what we need. This was just really amazing. The campaign material which I was working for, which I was designing at Oxfam, was basically informing the people of New Zealand that there is poverty in the Pacific most of the time, and how it affects women. Most of the time when people think of Pacific, they think, oh my god, fruits, vegetables, and if you don't have food you can always ask your neighbor, because probably your neighbor is your cousin or your cousin's sister or whatever. So the most important thing about me was to tell people that yes, there is poverty in the Pacific, and women are the first victim of it, because if there is no food in the house, she would give her share to her kids, or she would give her share to her husband, and she would be the one who would go to sleep without food. And I took that campaign and I took it to Auckland University, and they had launched this campaign at the university, so it was really big for me, a proud moment for me, because youth in New Zealand did not know about this issue. And when this project was launched as a trial run at Auckland University, and the turnout was amazing, and everyone was so passionate about the issue. That was like my highlight. That was my highlight. I think we can achieve economic equality. First thing is to remove patriarchy from the society. I feel that we should not isolate men, but we should include men and educate them, you know. We should inform them of sometimes what I get from a few men is that they didn't know that they were patriarchal, you know. They didn't realize that they were acting in such a way towards women. And they didn't realize that how women had to try twice as hard as men, you know, to be where they're supposed to be. And so I feel that basic education, as I said, education is the most important thing. Raising awareness is the most important thing, and this is how I feel that we can achieve gender justice. One thing which came out of the session was that gender issue is not just about Tunisia. It's just not about Pacific, it's not just about Asia, it's a global thing. And I mean, one of the guys stood up and said, you guys have been talking about gender justice, gender justice, gender justice, it should have been achieving something, so by now, I mean, if we had already achieved it, we wouldn't go through what we are going through right now, you know, like women would not be raped. And yet you say this thing is of the past and you're bringing it into future. His attitude towards women did not change at all. You know, so how do you expect things to change when we are not going to shout about it? So I feel we need to shout over and over and over again until no woman in this world is raped, until no woman goes through domestic violence, until women have access to what men have in regards to economic power, in regards to employment, in regards to resources, you know. Until then, we're gonna keep shouting.